Good afternoon. Today is Wednesday, July the 7th. I hope that you and your family have had a great summer so far and enjoyed the 4th of July weekend. I wanted to give some information. Some of this you've already received, and some maybe will be new information. I want to apologize for the length of this. Attached with this video will be an outline of all the points that I'm discussing in the video. In some of these, we will need to provide more information, and we certainly will provide more detail and some reminders as we get closer to the start of school. Today marks the start of school is 5 weeks away, and so as we begin to plan more and more for that day, we wanted to provide some information. Again, some that you already know, just serve as a reminder, and then some that will be new information to you. First, I want to start with a congratulations. We had two of our members of our bass fishing team who won the state championship, Eli and James Griffin. And then last week they competed in the national championship and did very, very well. They finished in the top 100 out of 258 teams in the nation, and then 120th out of 400 teams in the world competition. So we're really proud of our bass fishing team. Really appreciate the work those guys put into it, and congratulations to Eli and James again. Athletics, most of our varsity teams will begin practicing and conditioning over the next couple of weeks. Please remember, students must have a current physical on file before they can participate even with practice. The first day of school is Wednesday, August the 11th. It will be a half day as our tradition. So students will be dismissed at noon, and there will be no lunch on Wednesday the 11th. Summer reading. Please remember, all grades have required summer reading, and that should be completed by the first day of school. Back to school, open house night. This year it will be Monday, August the 9th, not Tuesday, but Monday, August the 9th, 5:30 to 6:30. We will actually have a 6th grade parent meeting at 5:30, and then also from 5:30 to 6:30, all students and parents may visit with their child's teacher in their classroom. At 6:30, we'll have a time to meet the Raiders. These will be senior varsity members of our fall varsity teams. We'll do that at 6:30 in the gym. Also that evening, you'll have an opportunity to join the Raider Club, so they'll have a membership available, and also the Raider trailer will be restocked and open for business that evening. Last year certainly was dominated by COVID, and as you watch the news, I'm sure you still know that COVID is still in our world. And so just a couple of things about COVID, just to make sure we're all on the same page, at least to date. No student or employee will be required to be vaccinated. No student or employee will be required to wear a mask. Now, if someone is exposed to COVID, they will have to quarantine for 10 days or 7 days with a negative test unless they've been fully vaccinated. We will not ask students or employees if they have been vaccinated. That will be their responsibility to inform us that they have been vaccinated. Of course, the mask exposure and quarantine protocols could change depending on future situations, outbreaks, and other factors. But that's where we are as we enter the school year. Lunch. Students will be able to order a la carte as they have in the past. Students will also be served in the cafeteria via the serving line as they were in the past. We are still working on details on when and how students will order and pay for lunches, so more information will come on that. Student passes. Middle and high school students will be issued a pass to enter for free all home extracurricular events. Students will need to show that pass at the admissions gate at extracurricular events. Again, that's just for middle and high school students. One change for the upcoming year will also be in our afternoon middle school carpool area. Students who are being picked up should not walk across any driveways. So students who are being picked up in the middle school area should be picked up along the curb in the flower bed area next to the high school, or along the curb in front of the media center. Parents will not be able to turn into the middle of the parking lot in the academic center area and wait for a child to walk across. Again, we'll have a lot more details about that. A couple things in our student handbook. These are really not any changes, but just want to really emphasize these a couple of different times. Parents should call, email, or send a note to notify the main office if a student is missing school. That's for future absences or the day of. Sign-ins and outs for students will be in the main office. Students should talk with teachers about missed work ahead of time when absences are planned. Students will not bring a note to each teacher. Teachers will be notified through the main office. Students checking in will receive a note from the main office to be admitted to class. Please remember, all makeup work must be made up. Generally, the period of time to make up the work will not exceed twice the time out of class, and any makeup schedule may involve prearranged time after school. A couple of changes and additions for our senior privileges that are listed in your handbook. Seniors will eat lunch in the gym lobby. Seniors will eat off campus on Mondays once approved by the Dean of Students, and seniors will have study hall in the gym lobby. One area in terms of our dress code that we'd like to just clarify, and it relates to boys' short length. Some of our boys' short length are just too short. Please make sure they are either 3 inches above the knee or no lower or lower than the mid-thigh. And so parents, before you go out and buy a lot of shorts, please may want to be aware of that. Middle and high school academic schedule. Middle and high school class schedule will rotate on an alternating week basis. We typically do this in the spring, but we will do this all school year in our middle and high school classes. So the alternating weeks, 6th and 7th periods will be in the morning, with 1st and 2nd period at the end of the day. Middle school academic schedule. Middle school reading classes have been changed from a year-long class to a semester class. We were able to satisfy our reading requirements in a semester, and by doing this allows our 6th graders to begin keyboarding a year earlier, 7th graders to have a study hall a portion of the year, and then 8th graders to have some Spanish in their 8th grade year. Student assemblies. We are planning to have a student assembly once every 3 weeks or so to encourage students in their faith, leadership development, and discovering interest for potential careers and services. These assemblies will be by division, grade, or gender, depending on the program. Homecoming. Homecoming week is the week of September the 27th. The dance will be on Saturday, October the 2nd. Class trips. We're planning on having class trips again this year, but we are still looking at actual dates. 4th through 8th grade will go on a trip. Those are listed below. Just a way of clarification, the 7th and 8th graders this year will go to Washington, D.C. Our high school students will have optional trips, many of which they've had in the past, whether they're a mission trip or some other trip, and so those will be announced later. Just a couple of things that we've been working on or continue to work on here on campus during the summer. New computers in our lower school computer lab, a new laptop cart for the high school, new tablets in the lower school classroom, new tile flooring in the cafeteria. We continue to work on our wellness center, and then painting many areas around campus. I know that's a lot of information. Certainly, I encourage you to ask some questions if you have them. Also know that in about 2 or 3 weeks, we'll send out more information, some more details where we have some gaps right now. But just wanted to give you some of that information that we've been working on this spring and early days of the summer. Also in this email, I'm attaching this outline, but at the bottom of it, list the areas of responsibilities. And so if you have a specific question, we kind of listed the person who maybe you can contact. But again, always feel free to email me, reach out to our school office. We're here now Monday through Friday at some portion of the day. So we hope that you had a good summer. You still have 5 weeks to enjoy. We hope that you and your family have a great July. And as always, if we can answer any questions, we'll be glad to do so. Thank you very much.